What's your name?
Guess Genevieve.
What are you reading?
Guess how much I love you.
What grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
How did you learn to read?
By sounding out the words. I memorized the words.
How did they teach reading in kindergarten?
Well, we start reading to her, and then if we need any help reading, she helps us.
Nut brown is one of your color words?
No, brown.
Oh, brown. So why do you know the difference between little and big?
Because little is something tiny, and big is something very large.
But little is a big word and big is a little word.
Well, that's because you can sound out like the ig, and little is it. Oh.
You look at the letters and sound them out?
Well, in some books, yeah. That's how I read.
By sounding out the letters?
Mm-hmm. Little Nut brown hair who was going to bed held on tight to Big Nut's brown hair's very large ear. He wanted... Wait, what's that word? I keep on forgetting that word.
Wanted.
Wanted to be sure that Big Nut brown hair was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut brown hair. This much, said Little Nut brown hair. Stretching out his arms as wide as they could go.
Okay.
Big Nut brown hair had even larger arms. But I love you this much, he said. That is a lot, thought Little Nut brown hair. I love you as high as I can reach, said Little Nut brown hair. I love you as high as I can reach, said Big Nut brown hair. That is very high, thought Little Nut brown hair. I wish I had arms like that. And Little Nut brown hair had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut brown hair, swinging him up over his head. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed Little Nut brown hair, bouncing up and down. But I love you as high as I can hop, said Big Nut brown hair, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. That's good hopping, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I could hop like that. You all the way down the lane of as far as the river, cried Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you all across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hare.
Okay.
Very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think anymore. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes out in the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he leaned over down close by and whispered with a small I love you right up to the moon and back.